Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Conversations. I'm your host, and today's our guest is actually the first Korean Grammy award-winning mix engineer
Let's
that has
go.
won outside of classical music. He's working to create a bridge between Korea and the U.S. music industry as he continues on his professional and personal journey in both countries. He has worked with Nas, Hit Boy, Kendrick Lamar, Nipsey Hussle, Kali Uchis, BTS, and so many more. He has 4 EPs out right now. You can stream on Spotify, including his latest single titled "No Low Key" with Jessie and CAMO. Ladies and gentlemen, we got David Yungin Kim in the pod.
Woo! You did your research, man.
Yeah.
That was one of the best introductions.
Hey, bro, there's so much stuff about you, man. I was watching all of it. So.
No, but usually I'm like, oh, can you not say this person and replace it with this person? But that's dead on.
Was it dead on? Dope.
Dead on.
Dope. I had to look for the best ones. So.
And outside the classical
You are the
genre.
first Korean
Yeah.
Grammy award-winning artist, mix engineer. That's awesome, man. Hey,
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Coming from LA, baby.
Yeah.
How you doing, baby? How you doing?
I'm good, man.
You came in with some good energy today. I loved it.
Feeling blessed.
Feeling blessed? You had a
Feeling
good day?
blessed.
You had a good week?
Rough week.
Rough
but
week?
I feel like anytime you go through something tough, you prove to yourself how much more capable you are.
Of course.
And
yeah.
that's one of those days. It's one of those days.
Yeah.
I'm off like 2 hours of sleep. Like
Oh,
I've
you're
been
like-
working since 9 a.m. And
Anything you
we're
want to talk
good.
about today? Like right now, in terms of like just what happened, just want to sum it up, like in a nutshell. Like,
It's just certain deadlines. Like every time, like every level you hit, you're like, okay, I can say no. The word no becomes more accessible, right? So,
more of an option.
but also anytime you get, a little overconfident, like, yeah, I can say no to any, life humbles you. And it's like, there's definitely times where you're committed, you can't say no. And then they hire you to get the job done.
Yeah.
And those are the times where it's like, it reminds you, okay, back to the grind. You know what I mean? This is what I'm made of. This is what I'm capable of. And this is what I was able to get through. So.
Word. It's like the balance, right? Like
Yeah.
the balance of the scales or whatever. So that's dope. Thank you, of course, again for coming because, I've known you for at least, I want to say since I met you in 2012, I want to say in my mind, 2012, 2013. We played basketball together, right? I remember you had the hawk or like the
Bro,
Yeah.
tell me I didn't have the man bun before anybody. Nobody was rocking
you were
that.
you did it, and then the Filipinos did it,
Yes.
and then the Koreans started doing it. So
Yes.
yes, you were one of the OGs.
And now I'm bald.
No, I'm getting there too. I was like, damn, that was like last run, like pulling all my hair up like this. Now I'm like, dang, dude, I'm like kind of thinning.
Scraping.
But yeah, dude. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention is
love the
Chipsey.
hat. Love the
They gotta
hat.
represent. This is a golf company, a golf apparel company that
brand,
you guys
yeah.
called brand that you and Brandon Lee created, right?
Yeah.
Called Chipsey.
Chipsey.
Shout out to Brandon. Try to
shout
get
out
him
to
on
Brandon.
get him on the pod soon.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, like before we get into your music stuff, how did you get into this? How did you get into the golf stuff?
So 2021 February, I started playing golf. And like I picked up a club before. My dad's an avid golfer. He's like a mid single handicap. And I picked up the clubs because a lot of my friends started playing golf during COVID. And this was like right after COVID. It was ending, and I was like, I wanna get into golf. Partly because I'm a super competitive person, and if you have no outlet for your competitive nature, then it comes out on the people next to you. And I started feeling that, and I wanted a challenge, right? I was at a place in my life where I'm like, damn, I need my blood boiling. I want to work for something. And, I heard that golf is the hardest sport that you can possibly play.
Yep.
So I took it as a challenge, and then I told my dad I'm starting to play golf, and he's like, oh, could I? Okay. And then jokingly, I was like, I'm going to get to single handicap in a year. All right.
Ooh.
And he was like, his
could
face, no. He went from like smiling to like, who the fuck you think you are? Like, it's actually like, but I took it personal, bro. I took it personally, and from that day, like I literally went to the range or played around like almost every day. At one point, I was playing like 4 rounds a day.
Wow.
Or I was waking up super early, hitting the range, doing hour putting, hour of chipping, hour of, range.
Wow, you really went hard into it.
Bro, I played like 5 years of golf in like 2 years. But peep. It took me a little bit longer, but I did hit single digits in a year. Not my handicap, but I hit a couple rounds in the 70s. And then we actually played, me and my dad, in Palm Springs, like at the year mark. And he had a bad day, and I got him. And it was a proud moment, but it was also kind of
bittersweet.
It was bittersweet. Fucked up.
Yeah,
because I'm like, I proved to myself that I can do it, but then I look at the look on his face, and I'm like,
at the expense of your dad.
What? I took the last thing.
You couldn't even be happy about it, right? Like you couldn't be like, yeah.
No, I was still happy.
I was still happy.
I was still happy,
but you didn't rub it in his face, but you just
no. From that day, like it was just like, you want to go golf? Yeah. It was, the pressure was gone. It was just, now we can just enjoy each other as father son. He was like, you're a maniac.
No, actually, he was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, could it? It was a different could it.
Yeah.
I'll take it seriously now. I'll play for real now.
And then I probably never beat him again. But
so you got into golf, and so you were just like, Brandon came out. He has kinfolk, right? And so he was like, let's just start a golf brand, like in.
Yeah, so I decided to start I forget which friend, but while we were playing, they gave me the nickname, hey, Chipsey Hustle, right? So I took it, and I was like, I'm going to make an Instagram. I'm going to be a golf influencer.
There you go.
And I created a Instagram, and then shortly after, Brandon hit me up, and he was like, Young, you want to make this a brand? And I was like, if you're down to do everything, and I just bring IP and my face.
So this is your Chipsey Hustle.
Yes.
That's tight. I should have came up with a better, like I should make my own. And there's Slappy Gilmore, right? There's that guy.
Snappy. I just played golf with him.
Oh, really?
I just got back from Minnesota yesterday. Well, at like midnight on Tuesday, and it was like this big like influencer golf tournament. And it was crazy because. Did
you get invited because you're a music engineer or a mix engineer, and you have those people and then, or did you get invited strictly because of Chipsey?
The first.
Okay.
But I developed a relationship with him over the last couple years. I went like 2 years ago, and I became really good friends with Jeremy Sutherland. He was the host of the event, and he has this company called Hybrid Nation, and basically it's like diversity is the tag of his company. You know what I mean? Whoever you are, it's an all-inclusive company, and like the event was very reflective of that. Like there's people from like all different walks of life and every color, every age, and it was just like it's such a beautiful event. And then there's events around the tournament, like we go to this indoor sim spot, but it's like a party, networking. We went to the lake. It was kind of it flooded, so we couldn't hang out there, but there was like all these events where we kept meeting, and it was encouraged to just get to know each other, and it was an eye-opening experience because like it was something I dreamed of when I was a kid. Like, I wish because we moved here in '91. We moved straight into the riots. Like, we're going to a better
From
place.
Korea?
Yeah, land of opportunity. Nope.
Wow.
92 riots happened. Like all the friends that I made, because we lived in the hood, like Mexican, black. I couldn't hang out with them anymore. And then I was like, dude, what is
So you
it?
came here in '91. You were what, 4 years old, from Korea, and so you didn't speak any English or nothing like that. And then you came into LA when it was already going on, or did you get here and then it happened?
Got here and then it happened.
Dang, man, you guys must have been like, what the hell is going on here?
I shout out to my parents because I don't know how they made it out of there and still like found a way to provide for us.
Yeah. I mean, most
amazing.
of our parents did, right? And like K-Town is flourishing now. I mean, we went through some struggles, but dang, that was what do you remember your thoughts on that? Like, what did you think? Like, why did you bring me here? Like,
I don't know, because when I was 5, my brother was born at school. There was like certain little racial tensions and stuff, but I still had a lot of for other friends. And I didn't really start hanging out with Koreans till I was probably in like middle school. And then it's like, it became like, hey, we got to fight them. You know what I mean? So you got to pick a side. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't want to pick a side, but eventually it's just like, oh, they look like me, So I didn't really recollect a lot of it, but just like insignificant at the time, but significant now. Impacts that it made in my life.
Were you hanging around like gangsters or anything like that, bangers or bad people? Or were you kind of stay away from
in
that?
In high school, yeah, in junior high and high school, like, we moved to Locker Center in high school because like all my friends were starting to get in trouble, and like I lost a couple friends, and like. My parents just wanted to get me out of there because they knew the type of person I was, the type of kid I was, super reckless, and and
you're all in.
Easily influenced. So
well, thank God for that, right?
Thank God, yeah.
So then, okay, so you, I mean, that's great. I mean, you didn't have too much trouble with the law or anything like that, and you.
No, we still hung out here. Like the same, like we actually Bobby got a car before any of us, and he was our grade, but he's a year older, so we will come out.
You want to hear my Bobby impression? Her. Why does he always sound like his nose and stuff? Hey guys,
shout out to Bobby.
He has a really deep voice. He's like, hey. Sorry, I love you, Bobby. I just trolling you,
trust me, I have the impression on lock. We're just not doing it here.
All right, that's not good. So yeah, LA. Always into music, or were you like? I know you played basketball, obviously sports, because you were really good when we played. So it was like I was on the team, and he came on as Bobby would bring him a backup, and he got all the funny time, but he was so good that I'd be like, yo, for sure, yo, go, no, and then I only came in when everybody was winded, and it was just like me. I just needed going just for because I always get the cuts. I would cut all the time, and I never made my shots. And I don't know what it is. I think it was just like these Filipino she's knew that they could get in my eye because they'd be like, hey, and they were like screaming in my face.
You think someone's
and I'd be like,
I'd
like get startled, dude. And I've never been in a situation where my heart was beating. But anyways, you're so good at basketball. So yeah, you did some sports, but when did you get into music? What was
my main focus my whole life was sports. Like to this day, like it might be hard to believe, but like I enjoy sports more than music, right? And it might be different if I was an athlete.
Yeah, maybe it's because work versus
right. You know how like Drake says it's synonymous. Athletes want to be us, and we want to be them. That kind of thing. Music was always it was pretty much embedded in me since birth. We grew up in the church. My dad like played hella instruments, but he could never chase his passion because he had to provide for his family. My mom is a self-taught pianist and singer, and now she like conducts for small churches and stuff. So like it's always been around, and I grew up around music. LA has a very rich music culture, so I feel like I've been around it, but I never embraced it because I was so distracted with sports.
So you didn't learn you didn't learn piano or none of that?
I did piano for like a year. I played violin for like a year. I played trombone for like
Korean stuff,
yeah.
But
try it for a year.
Flute, piano.
I played trombone because I wanted to be different,
okay.
And that was actually kind of fun. But in high school, you had to pick between band and football, and I'm like,
Easy,
right, I'm out of here.
Choice.
I'm out of here. But music's always been there, and when I was a kid, I listened to a lot of music, just like every other kid. And in high school, I was the one, like late nights up on Napster, LimeWire, Kazaa, downloading, finding songs that aren't out yet, and I would burn CDs and sell them at school and give it to my friends and stuff. So like, if any of my homies they go to the garage or something and find their CD sleeves, they're all my writing. You know what I mean? I'll be like tagging them up. I'm putting all the titles on them.
You created the soundtrack for all your friends' lives.
I did for sure. Damn, I never saw it.
You never saw it from that perspective. Yeah, you're literally that's when I'm like when I meet some like a pivotal artist, I literally say like you are literally the soundtrack to my life because. Everything that I listen to.
That's so romantic.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm a sap
of my life.
But that,
I want to use that shit.
Hey, use it, dog. It's all yours, baby. It's all yours. Hey, you can take it. That one's for you. You can go for it.
I'll credit you.
So okay, forgive me. I don't know exactly what a music engineer is. A mix engineer, because I know there's producers. I know there's producers,
artists,
producer. And then there's
the people who touch all the buttons.
Yeah, this guy, right?
Yeah, that's the engineer. So there's different types of engineers. There's primarily in music. There's 3 types of engineers. There's a recording engineer who is responsible for capturing the performance of the source, whatever you're recording, down to mic selection, mic placement, environment, all that stuff. The recording process is very, very important. And after everything is recorded, now you have the music and then you have the vocals. What do you do with that? It doesn't sound like it does on the radio once it's recorded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It goes to a mix engineer. The mix engineer gets all these pieces separated. Literally every sound is its own track. I take it, and my job is to blend it in a pleasant way where it's pleasing to the consumer's ears, right? So we have to reference a lot of stuff that's already on the radio. It has to be loud enough. It has to be like sound big enough. It has to sound like HD enough.
Yeah.
And a mix engineer's job is to study that and then replicate it and then innovate it.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you're doing that just based off of your studying, right? Your knowledge of it. Are they giving you like notes, or are you kind of just going in and you're like mixing it and then you give it to them? They're like, hey, work on this or change this, or you have that whole creative control with that?
I think it's different from when you first start to when you're established, because when you're first starting, it's kind of like you're at their mercy. You carry out their vision.
I see.
And music, just like any sport or any job place, it's a team effort. And a good mix engineer takes the vision that the producer and the artist have and makes it come true. Like, I want this to sound like this, but I've already hit my limit with my knowledge and my capabilities. So here you go. This is my baby. Can you please take care of it? Yeah. It's like a daycare almost. You know what I'm saying?
No. So you must be doing this for hours and days and weeks, or is it like months, or like how long does it take to mix? Like, say, is it an album's worth, or like are you doing song at a time? Is it like?
Sometimes I'll get like one song. There's times where they'll lock in and be like, "Yo, we're doing 19 songs on this album. It's all recorded. Here you go." Wow. Then it's like, okay. It's another thing that gets better with practice. You get faster at your job. When I first started, it would take me like a week, 2 weeks to mix one song because I don't know what I'm doing. And I think I know, and then the next day it doesn't sound the way I want it to sound, or it sounds good in the studio, take it to the car, it sounds like crap, or sounds like crap on your phone. So you have to develop that kind of ear. And then eventually, like if I'm doing a hip-hop song or a rap song, sometimes I can mix a song in like an hour or two. Like K-pop ballad stuff, it usually takes longer because there's more layers. But even then, it's like it'll probably never take me more than a couple hours now.
Do you do beats? Do you make beats?
Oh yeah.
Or you're that so the low key. Are you mixing engineering, or you actually made the beat? You produce it.
I'm co-producing with Cha Cha Malone, who shout out to Cha Cha, man. He's Jay Park's boy. They did AOMG together. He's on hella Korean chart toppers. He's got multiple number ones. Man. Thank you.
The beat is dope. All the beats are dope on your EPs, dude.
He gave me the assist on that, because when I was cultivating the album, thinking about who to put on, like making these beats, like there was one that Jessie, she's very particular, and I couldn't come up with an idea. So I hit up Cha Cha. He shot me an idea, and I was like, all right, we're going to run with this. Sent me the stems, built on top of that, arranged it, and added a couple things, and then took it over to Korea. And most of the songs on my album, well, all of the songs on my album, I've produced or co-produced. Oh. Yeah, so another collaborator is Hit Boy's on my album. Francis Got Heat from Toronto, he's on my album. He's worked with like Lil Uzi, fucking Drake, like all these guys. Who else is on my album? Those guys. Hit Boy, Cha Cha, Francis, and then a lot of it is just me cooking up. And
that's no rapping for you?
Nah. Oh, I get the urge sometimes, but that urge.
No P Diddy, like take that.
Nah.
Like little quips.
I think that shit is corny. You know what I mean? Like just so you can say you were on that. You know what I mean? Like the times are different now, where I can put my name on this and I don't have to say a damn word. You know what I mean? It's my name is on the front of every single song that I put out. Yungin, Jessie, CAMO, because I'm taking the Metro Boomin approach, the DJ Khaled approach. Where I put it together, I made the beat, so I'm an artist on here. And I think that's like that's enough for me, because of course everyone has the urge to be an artist.
Yeah.
And like started in my music career as a rapper, right?
Okay.
Like we used to perform like in these little K-Town hip hop shows and stuff. Like I was rapping with Mike and Ben. We were the $1 Million Babies.
Yeah.
Like it was us three. I think Jeremy was at one point in it too. That's
all funny.
Yeah. A lot of good times. But like to segue into like that's how I got into music. Yeah. Because first, do you know Ben Gramercy? Mm-hmm. So Ben in high school, sorry Ben, in high school he was rapping, but they had like a little Logitech computer mouse with the pop filter with their mom's stocking like that the jerry rig.
Old school.
And they were rapping. He's like, "Yeah, you should try it too," you know. And then so I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then we went to homie's pad and I kind of got into it. But then the thing that caught my eye is like, how is this going into there? Mm-hmm. How is that playing it back? And what makes that sound good or bad in that case at that time versus the stuff I'm listening to here? And then little by little, it was just more focus on that. Like, yo, the detail that it takes to be good at this, to make us sound good, we got to be good at this.
He knows.
I have a question then. Yeah. Did you start off with like an 8-track recorder, old school, or did you always have
not that old?
No, I was straight into digital. Adobe Audition.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the crack version.
Okay.
So Cool Edit Pro.
Logic and like Pro Tools and all that back in the day.
Yeah.
So, I never went to audition. Like I never even did.
It was free.
And that's why he's a
Grammy.
And you're here with me.
I started off with the wrong one. That's why.
So during that time, okay, so what was the opportunity that kind of put your foot through the door to kind of get you into to do everything to, like to start your music mixing career?
My biggest opportunity was actually a failure. In high school, I played football my whole life. Like I was really good. 10 times better at football than basketball. Okay. But in high school, senior year, I broke my back preseason. And so, like, any letters and offers were gone. I pretty much devoted my whole life to playing football. And that dream was, taken from me. Mm-hmm. That's how I felt. And then so I kind of had to dig deep for a couple of years. Like, what do I want to do? I didn't study because I thought 2.0 GPA is all enough. I needed just to play.
Good enough.
So I did get into CSUN, and I didn't like it. All I did was smoke weed and play video games.
Which that's what college life is, but yeah.
But I never went to class, so dropped out of there. That's when I felt like it was one of my rock bottoms, one of my lowest moments is just like, damn, I failed. Like, there's nothing I could do now. What am I gonna do? Get a delivery job or work at a restaurant? Like, no one's gonna. Or chop. I didn't even know that was an option. But I was there for a while, and then I decided to enroll to the engineering program, or actually it was an independent artist program at Musicians Institute, and like my parents, they were down to support me. And to me, this was like, this is my last chance, right? If I don't make it here. And that's when I decided, like, yo, one time in my life, I'm going to give it 100%. Because, like, if you really think about how many times you gave it 100%, never. Yeah. Like, maybe one time.
Yeah, you give 100% to video games.
There's always that doubt or something that can keep us.
But to be honest, even in video games, you're like, you get to a level where you're like, I can't beat it. And then a lot of times we don't finish the video game because we couldn't get past.
That's why I put it on rookie.
but then it's not 100% either.
It's too easy. But
right. So it's like I'm like, damn. For one time, like I want to just see what happens, right? Because how do you know what you're made of if you never gave it a all?
Yeah.
So I went to school and like I was hooked. Like this is what I really, really want to learn. I never and from that day, like I never got lower than an A in any test.
Sweet.
That was okay. This is it, right? And I feel like I was looking for my passion, right? And a lot of people look for their I'm gonna try this, and if it clicks, then it's my passion. But I thought the same way until you had to put the work in, and then I learned the passion is the thing that you're willing to work for, and then it becomes your passion, right? It's just a hobby until you start making money off of it, or you get to a place where you're proud of, and then it's like, oh, maybe I'm passionate about this,
No, I feel it, yeah.
So that's how I ended up at MI. I did the independent artist program, and then I went for round 2 to the recording engineer program, and that was like the deep dive into engineering. And I came out of there.
These things actually work. These schools actually do something, like, because people are. That's the biggest thing is I know there's a lot of people that will pay for it and go, but then it's also the work that you put in to get the job. And you know what I mean? People think that you automatically get it, you pass it, and all of a sudden you should be getting these jobs, and then they quit and they just stop. They don't even do it.
Yeah.
So he worked for it, dude.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, that's the difference.
But check it out, man. Like I graduated top of my class out of the engineering program, and for 2 years I couldn't find work. And I thought like, oh, I found it. This is it. Never got lower than an A. I'm passionate about it, so it's gonna be handed to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that life lesson number 2, nothing is fucking given. You know what I'm saying? Everything is earned. So now you have this opportunity to better yourself, to soak up knowledge, to get a leg up. But if you don't take it, then what the fuck,
And that's a lot of the thing is when opportunities come up, it's also a skill to be able to know and when to seize on it. Because there's always that, for me, there's so many opportunities that I've missed out on because I waited that one extra day. Or I thought about it a little too long, 1 extra hour earlier, too much, 1 hour longer than I should have. And then I missed it. Or by then my confidence is already telling myself, oh no, you know what, you can't finish it. Why even bother? Yeah. So it's like, that's dope. Like, you went into the program, you didn't get anything for 2 years, and then what was it? Was it right then you just kind of hit the floor running, or was it like still you were going through your odd jobs? And I think those were 2 of my hardest years of my life because I had such high expectations for myself, and I thought I put enough work in, and like it was also some of the most humbling times of my life, just because it's like you think that was enough for you to be successful. You think life is easy, don't you? And like for 2 years I was using like the same approach, like applying to the studio Chalice, right? Or I have a room now. I'm like, I'm gonna keep applying there, and then a spot is gonna open up, and I'm gonna have this great engineer job. They're gonna hire me, and I'm gonna be able to use all this knowledge that I learned. Nah, man. After 2 years, I had to change my approach because it wasn't working. And like, this was the first time just trying something different, right? Like they say, if the front door is locked, like go look for it. Go check the back, go check the windows, you know what I mean? Find a way to get in. And then so one day I was on Facebook and I stumbled across Chalice's Facebook page, and you know how like the employees are in there. Ooh, okay.
So I just cold messaged. It's like, bro, there's nothing to lose now. Like my pride is stripped down at this point. Like there's no more ego. I mean,
the Hail Mary.
Yeah, it's a Hail Mary. Like I have nothing to lose. Like, what am I gonna get embarrassed? Ignored? Like so at this point, I don't give a fuck. Like,
so you DM'd, you slid into his DMs, and then what did you say?
I say, hey, are you? Do you know if Chalice is hiring? I'm looking for an opportunity, something along those lines. He actually replied, and he was like, hey, I'll let you know if we're hiring. I was like, it's over. He hit me back.
Oh.
Like, I don't remember the timeline, but he hit me back, and he was like, yo, send your resume, and then tell him, I'm your reference. Surprisingly, that led me to an interview. It was another moment where I'm like, oh shit, I'm in. It's fucking over. Nah, I'm an intern, right? I got an internship for a year to work for free. And if you do a good job, then you might get hired. 75% chance don't though. So I'm like, okay, fuck. That year is just scrubbing floors, picking up cigarette butts, like cleaning after rappers and shit, stocking fridges, mopping floors, cleaning toilets,
the grunt work,
all the grunt work.
They made you do a full year before any answer. Because I would imagine people who aren't passionate about it or anything, like they would quit before the year's up.
Right, and that's kind of how they tell. And then also, if there's a spot that opens up within that year, they would hire me. But if there's basically, this is how it works. This is before all the labor laws and shit, where you can still do internships. Where
you can't. We're about to put on email.
Not legally.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But you can disguise it. You work for a year, and if there's nothing available at the end of the year, next.
Oh, they don't even like keep you on or give you a chance. So wow, that sucks.
If there's nothing there, there's no space for you. They got to make money too, and they run a tight ship. So there's that chance. And literally, bro, by the grace of God, at the end of the year, me and another guy, we got half hired. So like we split 6 days a week, so 3 days each instead of the full 5. To me, I was like, oh, I'll take it. Yeah. But it gets old quick. You're like, fuck, what the fuck? What is this? Why am I'm working harder than him. I'm clearly showing more promise, but they can't see it. So that went on for, I think, like another 6 months or so. And then I think someone left, or I forget what happened, but they hired both of us. He was night crew. I was day crew. And then from there on, I worked another 3 years as a runner. A runner is basically an intern that gets paid $9 an hour at that time. Oh, wow. So I was making like maybe $1,000 a month, maybe $1,200 a month. And I did that for a total internship to end of my runnership was 4 years. Oh. And then I got promoted as an assistant engineer. Now I'm in the rooms, but it's not all gravy because now you're just in the room. Yeah. You can't say shit. You got to be there from start to end. So that was like,
stress.
Yeah, tumultuous in its own, way. And then I became an engineer after like a year of that. So that was like
Sounds amazing.
Good times.
When was it when you were like, I think I'm in now? Or are you still kind of like, because everyone has imposter syndrome.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? So
I'm learning to value myself. Right?
I mean, you have 3 Grammys? 3 Grammys. Who is it with? Nas?
Kendrick. And Nipsey.
The 3 of the biggest names in hip hop.
Those are the sexiest names that you can
yeah. Like, it's not like, I'm not gonna rag on any rappers, but
But look, real validation is something only you can give yourself.
True.
All right.
This is all just fluff. Yeah. This is all just, I get it. So, but, okay, so then, man, I don't know what to say to that. You're just so humble about it that
it can be humble or it can be insecure, right? There's still things that I'm learning about myself and trying to figure out about myself to make myself whole to be able to receive all these things, right? And I'm starting to do that, and I'm very, very grateful for where I am and what I've done. And now I'm, giving myself a pat on the back, like, you did things that nobody else was down to do to get here, right? And
work, yeah, for sure.
And now I'm like learning the value of that, like self-love, self-worth. And,
that's what it is. Yeah, because you got to enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure.
Giving up that side so long because I was doing family business, just focusing on making money, throwing parties and things like that. So I totally get it. You gotta always kind of life. I feel it has to be like a little bit of an up and down. So you can kind of
need the up and downs. You need the lights and darks because without that, like, what's going to activate you?
And you're never gonna appreciate the
other
top
side
if you're not hitting the bottom.
How bright it is and how dark it is.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta be seen. You gotta be shown the other side of the fence. Yeah. So be like, oh, nope, I like this side. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, thank you.
So you did the 3. I mean, the 3 biggest, 3 of the biggest. Who's your dream collab? Like, who's the collab
right now
that you want? Yeah, dream collab right now.
New Jeans.
Yeah. Come on. I mean, I feel like that's very possible though.
That's like the only artist that's on my list.
I feel like that's so easy. Like, I think I wouldn't consider that a dream for you because I feel like that's very attainable.
That's his dream. We can't.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry.
Don't shit on my dream, man.
I mean, I'm saying it's a great dream.
Yeah.
It's a great dream. But I mean, it's something that I feel like you you might be able to just because of the connections
So
you have.
dream meaning unobtainable.
Yeah, unobtainable. Something that's kind of like.
If they're alive, then I have.
Okay, let's say
chance.
not alive, right? Who would have been the dream?
Sorry. What I want to ask is, why are they the dream? Like, is it the type of music? Is it just that group's fame that you want to absorb?
No,
or is
it's
like
just
the
their
vibe that they have with the music,
the
like
vibe, and then their energy. Like they're like I'm an energy person, bro. Like I walk in a room, and even before I have a conversation with anybody, it's like I know who. Well, sometimes it's wrong, but I can feel who I want to be attracted to, who I want to. Who I think I can build a relationship with. So when I listen to their music, and of course, like, you know, there's a certain degree of fabrication because they're not really the ones writing or producing it, but like how they carry themselves and how that they translate the thought and idea into
what they do.
Into what they do. Like, I think it's dope, bro. And I love how just they represent good vibes. For the lack of better word.
I mean, who doesn't love new jeans, right? When you get a new pair.
But they're like the sounds and stuff too. It's like very nostalgic. There's a lot of stuff that we're like familiar with.
Yeah.
I think it's like blended in a way where it makes it like everyone's like having a good time.
It makes me feel young.
Yeah, it makes me feel
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, shit, let's put that in the universe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, new jeans, you hear this? Our boy wants to work with you guys.
청바지 삼촌.
청바지 삼촌.
Come on.
청바지 아저씨.
Yeah, no, 삼촌.
No, 삼촌. That's right.
Going off of Ryan's thing, is who would be the one that's, you know, dead or alive? Like, who would be the one where you're just like, damn, it would have been amazing to work with this person?
I would say DMX.
I was gonna say, New Jeans is like the DMX vibe of like the K-pop scene. That's what I was thinking, like, because his energy and vibe is like all good times type of thing, like hype up.
DMX or I wouldn't want to work with Pac as much as I love his music. You know, because I've heard stories about him just socking out his engineers and shit.
It was a different time, though.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a different time.
So, like, I think working with Aaliyah would have been amazing. Aaliyah and DMX, Romeo Must Die.
Man, Romeo Must Die.
That's one of my favorite movies.
That was, if you're LA black.
You know why? You know why? Because that was like, an Asian.
Jet Li.
An Asian is in there.
That got me out of so many uncomfortable situations. When I get into like a black part, I'm like, what the hell did Romeo die up? All up in here is going on, man. What is Romeo Must Die shit going on in here? And then they start like busting out because I'm the only Asian. So,
oh man.
But man,
those two.
I have actually one thing. I watched a lot of your the stuff that's on YouTube, and there's one of the videos that actually really stuck out was a video about when you went to Korea, and then you talked about a story how you were at Busan Tower, and that really there was an emotional moment that you had that kind of sparked something. Was it that what sparked what you kind of wanted to focus maybe coming back and working with Korean artists and like maybe. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of like what I took from it. In that moment, it was more. There was no music involved. It was just me, human connection to the motherland. You know, me disregarding my culture for so long, and then coming to realize, like, yo, look at what our people built. Like, look at how amazing this place is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the emotion that I felt. At the time, and then it led to what you were saying. It's like, yo, I want to bring, what I learned, what I want to see, what holes I can fill, how I can bring value to my Korean community, like, and at the same time do the same thing here. So that was the most important trip of my life, and it happened to be my honeymoon. So you went to your honeymoon in Korea, and
it was one of the stops. Okay. We kind of went crazy. We went to Korea, we went to Malaysia, we went to Bali.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did that too. I did Thailand. We did Koh Samui, Thailand, Japan, and then Korea.
Damn. Yes. That's you got to get a stop in.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, like so now do you go back to Korea often, or like are you going to visit?
Bro, I've been going like every almost every other month.
Wow.
Every like 2 months. I've already gone like 6 or 7 times in a calendar year.
And you're just working out there? Or
Yeah. Every time I go, it's just work.
I feel like you're going to get the new jeans, man. You know what I mean?
We'll see. We're putting in there, man.
Who's the
manifestation?
The management company? Is that SM?
That's Adore
Okay.
under Hybe.
Oh, okay. So I don't even know. I just still like thinking SM is the only one. SM and JYP.
But I have the in with Hybe. It's just the Adore and Hybe are like it's tumultuous right now. Where they're like trying to, and they're kind of like their own bubble. They use all their own people.
So that's like their main artist. Adore.
Oh yeah.
That's probably why they're like, we're big enough to
yeah, exactly.
Well, I think one thing that's good that you're doing, if you to branch out internationally as well, what you're doing on Twitch, you're streaming, that you're doing are you? So I haven't actually caught it yet, but I promise I will.
Yeah.
He wants to, because I always thought you were gaming, bro.
I'm
like
live
whenever
tomorrow.
I saw
I'm
that,
live tomorrow.
I'm
at 3
gonna watch
p.m.
it.
Do you have like YouTube videos?
Yeah, I post every episode Twitch stream on YouTube.
Are you kind of doing like a Q&A? Are you doing?
No, I peeped this, bro. I have a community now. We're like 1,000 strong on Discord, and like,
1,001 in 2 years.
Come on,
Yeah.
I'll send y'all a link. But it's basically I take submissions for every stream. So if you have stems for any song, send it over, and I mix it live.
Oh.
Yeah. I mix it live, and I just show you exactly what I would do to it.
Wow. And are you asking for subscriptions and things like that? Or are you just kind of doing it? Are you getting any subscriptions? Like, that's dope.
Well, I mean, the subs it's hard because Twitch is such a long game. And what I'm doing is so niche. Like, even with my name and my accomplishments, it's like, nobody wants to see that for 2 hours. They'd rather see someone gaming or some chick in a fucking anime costume. You know what I mean? Being all kawaii. Yeah.
Have that running while you're
exactly. No, but it's been. I'm not gonna say it's been tough because I get so much value from it too. Like, because I have a community, the same 50, 60 people come every single stream, and now we're like locked in. How I was in Minnesota. One of the events that we had, I skipped to go eat with community members. So there were like 2 guys from Minnesota that are in every stream, and we had dinner together with my wife, and it was dope as hell.
Can I tell you, that's so innovative? Like, I feel like what you're doing is something that, like you said, not many people. It's very niche. So it's like, dude, just keep at it, and I feel like that's gonna pay dividends as well. If anything, where if you just, I don't know, create some kind of thing where you tutorial based, just more like vibes based. The fact that you're interacting with your followers and they're sending you stuff and you're like mixing it and then you're explaining it. That's really dope. I think that's. I envy the artists that are coming up now because they have so many tools to work with. Where
they got the resources,
bro.
Man.
I was breakdancing like from Rura, the 3/4, like when they were doing the windmills. That's how I learned how to do windmill, by watching that break in the Rura. Like,
that's crazy. That was one of my first albums too, because my cousin brought me a couple CDs from Korea, and like DJ Doc's Summertime was one of them.
The black and white one.
And then Rula, All Systems Go was another one, and then what else was there? Maybe Soteji. So like that was planted seeds a long time ago. My cousin.
Yeah. That was the golden age of K-pop.
Well, I have a question. Like, was there a time where you were embarrassed about Korean music? Like, when you came out, and you're like, I listen to that. I listen to like hip hop or whatever.
Of course, because like a lot of my friends were not Korean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Korean music was not like it hit to us because we knew what the hell they're talking about, but.
Yeah, dude, when I listened to 3/4 in front of my Hugin, and like when we were playing basketball, it was like 3/4 la la. It was like, when you listen to it, this band, they were like, what the? I was like, okay, sorry, this is
sorry.
My
CD here.
Well, I also had Getting It by Too Short, so it's like I was like, oh, it's okay, I'll just switch it. That was a good album.
Secret tracks like on the album that was not
Get it when
listed.
getting is
I think
good.
it was like
Untitled.
There was that one song about suicide and like censorship. Chazar, that one had like the coolest beat on it, and it was talking about like suicide. And because Korea is like censorship, it was not on the track list. So I just remember listening to that CD, like waiting for it, like skipping through to like listen to that song over and over.
Yo, I missed that. Like Jay-Z would put songs, like you'll see a song and then on your CD player it's like 10 minutes. And then there's like 3 minutes of silence, and then there's a song in the back, and you're like, oh, shit. Yeah.
I never looked at it. I was like, these dumbasses.
Yeah. I almost forgot. The other CDs were Drunken Tiger 2, 3. Yeah.
Drunken Tiger, Tiger. Have you met them? Tiger JK and
I mixed Tiger JK's last song. I've mixed for Tasha. I mixed a lot of the last Drunken Tiger album because he called it Drunken Tiger X. It's a Drunken Tiger 10.
Yeah.
And it's the last album he's putting out as Drunken Tiger, and I got to mix like a majority of that.
So I should have put that in your intro. My bad. I know. Yeah. I didn't. Because Tasha she was my high school like K-pop crush.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know why. I think it was like that.
She looked so good though. That's why.
Yeah.
She was really good, and she was cute. She was just thick. She was just a little thicker than most. Now the girls are like that now, like but then when we were growing up, they were supposed to be stick skinny or whatever. I'm like stuttering and shit because I'm like, I don't want to offend you. I don't want to offend you.
I'm
no,
not
but
here.
she's so good right now. Like
Connie, my wife Connie, like loves Tasha. Like Tiger JK to me was Tasha for her, and then we got to meet both of them. Like now, but now we're like those are like some of my closest, Hyung and Nuna.
I met them in the 1999 Korean Festival because they performed, and our dance crew who did the dance competition, we opened with the that one, right? We took a photo with him later on. I saw DJ Shine at his bar in Itaewon, and when I was there, he was out there like serving drinks, and then I was like, I was trying to like if you remember me, and he was like, yeah, but the fact that he went, yeah, and then he turned around, I was like, nah, he didn't. Because he would have been like, dude, this was 20 years ago. It was good to see you. But he was just like, yeah, great.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, what's up, man? Good to see you. I was like, but it's all, I get it,
No, just pretend he does.
I do all the time. I tell that story very differently. I shouldn't have said it on the pod. But yeah, like, man, this is, I've learned so much about you. I didn't know that. Well, I knew you were always good at basketball. I didn't know you were good at football. I didn't know you were from Korea. Like, well, I knew you're Korean, but I didn't know you're like a fob coming from straight up. But dude, I'm so just knowing you now. I'm like, I feel so proud.
Thanks, bro.
Because you're going through so, and you're like, you're doing what like hooking and white people do. You know what I mean? Like the in the industry. Like Koreans don't belong in that stuff. Or they say, but now they do. Yeah,
now we do.
Dude, now we're swaggy, man. We're swaggy.
You know what? One of the most fulfilling things is like I strive to be the mentor that I didn't have, right? And of course, there were guys that the Far East movement, little bits and pieces here and there, but I didn't know them personally. I was a mix engineer. Like there was no one that guided me to be a better mix engineer. I didn't take the conventional route. So now like the things that make my day are like when I check my DMs and there's a Korean American kid that's like, hey, my mom saw an interview of you and now she's letting me chase my passion. Like I get DMs like that, and I'm like, dang, like good for you. And I'll be like if you ever want to come over to the studio, just pull up. And like I know that's not the safest thing to do, but I invite a lot of like strangers to the studio and I try to make time for them. And like I reply to every single DM. Damn. We'll see how long it lasts, but
there's always that one that's gonna mess it up. But let's hope they don't, because that's
no. But even if they do, I'm like, okay, it's a bad apple. I'm not there's things I get traumatized about, but that's not one of them. Like I'm a big dude. I can handle myself. Dude, I can fight pretty well.
Would you be like that? Like I feel like if I got a little fame, I'll be like the biggest.
Oh, I'll be a dick. I'll be the biggest dick.
You think I'm gonna respond?
Bro, I won my fantasy football league last year.
Don't talk to me.
This week, this Sunday is my draft. I'm thinking about taking in an assistant to draft for me.
Oh my god!
Just I want to be that big headed guy.
Oh my god!
Don't talk to me. Talk to my assistant.
Talk to my assistant.
But I'll just do it for 2 rounds and then tell them to go home. But just for fun, you know, like.
No, you should stay for 2 rounds and then leave keep
right.
him there.
Hey, text me later when it's over, guys.
Your assistant fill it out.
That'll be hilarious.
Text me when it's over, guys.
Yeah. Just text me with whatever draft picks we get.
Did you lose something? Did you lose the championship or do you play?
Never. I never got last place. I've won a couple times, but for some reason, like I'm a super stat head, and like fantasy football,
that'll mess you up.
It takes the fun out of the game. I mean, I'm playing in 2 this year, but
well, that's the thing. You got to balance it between stat and gut. You know, you can't go all the way because.
Okay, if you're good at fantasy football, how good are you really? Like, what is your success rate? It's, dude, you might.
Guy, he wins and then he starts talking about assistants. You know?
How many years in a row you won? One.
Look
Look
behind you. Look behind you. There's a ring right there. You see that ring? Grab that ring out of the box. Get that ring out of the box.
We got a box right
yeah, right there.
Okay. It's funny. He bought it.
I bought it myself.
He didn't even win it.
Wow.
No, I won it, and I got $1,100 for the prize, and 100 of that went to that ring because I needed, and you'll best believe I'm gonna wear that shit at the.
God damn, that's what I'm saying. You won 1 year in a row.
Year.
There's not a lot of repeat champions in fantasy football.
You know, I'm just being a troll, but my whole point of saying that is,
I know you're not like that. I know you're not like that.
I joke around.
Yeah.
I joke around.
It doesn't even fit you well, bro. It doesn't even fit you well.
Dog. I gotta wear 3 Band-Aids.
No. I'm not talking about the ring. I'm talking about that personality.
Oh yeah. It's definitely not.
I don't buy it.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
But that's amazing though that you actually respond to all of that. That doesn't happen, you know.
Bro, you never know who needs somebody. Who needs that one, word of advice or encouragement to push through.
Yeah, and it's also as you, when later on as you want to get bigger and bigger, you can't always do everything yourself too. Eventually, you're gonna have your company, and these people that you meet might become these lifelong connections because that's really it's like almost like that willingness that they're willing to come see a stranger. You're willing to let a stranger come into your place of work, and then that might create something big,
Bro, you want to hear how I got my last 2 assistants? The assistant before this one, his name is Marvin. He has like his own studio now. He's doing well. He hit me up on Instagram, and he was like, we just started a conversation, and then he said, where do you live, la la la, and I'm like, I'm in Glendale. He's like, I'm in Glendale. It turned out like we're like neighbors.
Oh shoot!
Right, and then he was a 49er fan, and I'm a diehard Niner fan. So I was like, yep, come to the studio. Let me see what you're made of. And then we started talking, and then I took him on, and
dude, this is what you did,
bro.
Facebook reach out, like chat.
That's what I'm saying. If somebody helped me in that way, then I have to at least reciprocate that to the world.
That's the energy. If you break that flow, then it's gonna mess you up.
And it's over. Yeah. And then the assistant I have right now, his name is June. He's 22. He lives with us actually. Was it my mom or my dad? My dad wanted me to meet his friend's son from Colorado, and they were out here like on vacation or something. And I was like, all right. And then so I invited his dad and him to the studio, and then he's a guitar player. He was thinking about going to Berkeley in Boston, either there or MI. And then he met me, came to MI, and then he's been my assistant for over 2 years now. And I'm trying to raise him up to be the next guy. Yeah. But like, my mom would be like, hey, can you meet my friend's son? And I'm like, sure.
Yeah, that's so good.
Are they paying for dinner? Or,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
At least a dinner,
yeah. But like, I try to take every opportunity, because for me, it's an opportunity too. For me, it's an opportunity to learn something, to hear a story, to be reminded of going through that same thing. And then I have the choice: do I be the person that I wish I had, or do I not? You know what I'm saying? At least I have the choice. But a lot of times we are blinded to the options, you know. So I like to just explore every option before coming to.
That's what makes you a great guy. I mean, even though you're a 49ers fan, like, it's amazing.
What are you, a Raider fan?
I'm a Cowboy fan. I know you're probably like me a little less right now, right?
Damn, if I was you, I wouldn't even said that.
Hey, what the? Okay, anyways.
I wouldn't
Hey,
even
guys.
said that.
All right. Well, that's our time. No, but for real, though, dude, Yungin, thank you so much, man. Like, if you guys want to follow him, his Instagram is David Yungin Kim.
Yeah.
Just spelled out. Yungin is YUNGIN. Kim. His golf Instagram is Chipsey Hustle.
Yep.
Right? So if you want to follow him, learn some golf stuff, see some golf videos, and dude.
Yeah,
man. If you want to say something, should do a shout out or something, you go ahead.
No, I'm dropping my album on the 10th of September.
Sweet.
So when that come out, please, give it a listen. That's something I wanted to talk to you about too. Is like I'm coming out with an album, and it's literally the soundtrack to my life. It's talking about being homesick and not knowing where home is.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I mean, we can just cut it in.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So yeah, you're working on an album right now. And you're gonna release it
the 10th of September, and I'm going to Korea in 2 weeks to promote it and do all the not so fun stuff around a music release, but it's really like a list of my emotions in chronological order, right? First song on the album is Homesick with CAMO and Paul Blanco. It's basically talking about I don't know where home is. I come here, I'm not really home because we don't belong here. I go to Korea, I definitely don't belong there either. So it's like, where is home? So it's like the start of a lifelong journey of finding a home within yourself, right? And then it's like No Low Key and all these songs where I was forced to be this loud, brash, like break the stereotype, and then slowly you go down the track list, and it's me becoming more comfortable with who I am. And then the song ends with the song with Jay Park that's coming out in a week and a half.
Oh.
Yeah, on the 3rd.
So September 3rd.
September 3rd.
September 3rd.
Yeah. So that's coming out, and then I have a part 2 already set up to come out like next year. Pretty much all recorded already. We got a couple heaters on there, man. Like, and we're waiting for a couple features. That's also something I'm going to do, is plant more seeds and meet more people.
I can go. Oh, Yungin. 2024.
I'm trying to get JK Hung and Tasha doing on a song. So hopefully, that happens. I'm manifesting that.
Like, you should throw in a little bit of the Tashiman, or something like that.
No, I can't.
You can't do that. Don't listen to me. I am copyright infringement man. I am sue guy. Like, I get sued all the time.
Yeah, but that's kind of, that's what I'm working on, and yeah.
Dude, dope. So on your spot, if we go to Spotify, Yungin, because you have David Yungin Kim and then Yungin.
Yeah, Yungin is like my artist.
Your artist name.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to catch him on Spotify. It's Yungin, YUNGIN. His new album is releasing next week, September 10th. Yeah.
And the 3rd is the song.
The 3rd is the song with Jay Park. Dude, love it, man. Thank you for coming through. You're actually, it's funny because everyone sips, but you're like, nah. And then I normally get uncomfortable, but dude, it was easy.
Yeah, I'm not. The reason I'm not sipping is because I feel like we need to tap into this. For sure. You know what I'm saying? Let's face our shit.
You're right.
And when we have fun, when we go party, we can get fucked up. But I don't like to drink or anything when I'm working, and because it takes me sidetracks you a little bit, and sometimes that little bit is enough to go off the rails. And like, I don't trust me. No, we shouldn't trust us.
I should not be trusted.
We've all made terrible decisions based on I can handle it.
No, he knows when I start getting buzz on the pod because I'm like,
my time to wrap it up, guys. Wrap it up. Everyone's getting a little too sauced.
There's nothing more beautiful than like a sober conversation. A sober good time, because there's no higher than sober fun. If you think about it, the best times in your life
right.
might have not been when you were drinking.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm quitting today. So,
Yay!
anyways. Dude, thanks again.
Yeah,
thanks
for sure.
again. We're going to have you back.
Yes, sir.
Because I know we're going to have more to talk about when you come back from Korea.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, let's schedule that shit right now.
Let's schedule it.
Yeah, I'm in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Just catch us on our socials. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.
Peace, peace.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. You can find us on conversations_pod at YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time.